well. She has also been performing with Fly My Pretties since 2016, and we are so stoked to welcome her today. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you, of course, to Girls Rock Camp Pōneke and RadioActive.fm.
Though I'm fooling, and yes, I can just be a friend while you're traveling. You'll be on my mind despite all that is happening, but I can't lose my senses. I can't drop defenses, though I'm holding, Stand on your mark, please find your light. Make up, touch up, remember your line. Showtime, showtime. Everybody places, places. Hey, come on and make yourself at home. Come, kick off your kicks, let go, let's chill like snow. Never mind the rules, it's cool, we cool, my bow. But I insist this is legit, yes, it's legit to show it. Like I was walking down Cuba one afternoon. I had to be a Mount Vic by 1:45, but it's so hilly and I can't get over it. My city's so hilly and I can't get over it. Picking up a coffee and deluxe disaster staff compliment my scarf cause they know what's up. It's like so chilly and I can't get over it. My city's so chilly and I can't. Cold bodies laying closer,
Giving like I'm supposed to.
to be gone to bear this story.
Trust your impression.
Don't doubt it for a second.
Approach the fourth dimension.
Approach the fourth dimension. Let's close our eyes. Look inside. Forget yourself. Who will you find? What is the now? No, you can call when you want to. Try not to cry, don't let the past haunt you. I'm still here, I'm still hoping. If you want, you can go too. I'll wave goodbye and stay right behind you. Always here, always knowing. Don't you think we're out of luck and second stars? Don't you think we're tired of hating who we are? Maybe it's true when you say I'm despicable. Right now it's unthinkable, but let's keep it amicable. Let's keep it amicable. Say I'm despicable. Right now it's unthinkable. Yes, I shall miss you to know and cry all the time and cut my heart open. I'm still here, I'm still growing. I'll see you with another. You set a path and most will fall under. 'Cause you're there, I'm still hoping. Don't you think we're out of luck and second stars? Think we're tired of hating who we are. Maybe it's true when you say I'm despicable. Right now it's unthinkable, but let's keep it amicable. Let's keep it amicable. Say I'm despicable. Right now it's unthinkable. Don't you think we're out of luck and second stars? Don't you think we're tired of hating who we are? Maybe it's true when you say I'm despicable, but now it's unthinkable. But let's keep it amicable. So, guess he's alright and he's on mine. I'm feeling good and I'm feeling fine. It does not get much better. I dig him like he dig the red hot chili pepper. We drive around and we sing loud like. He's shifting gears and he's singing proud like. Grooving, dancing together. I dig him like he dig the red hot chili pepper. I dig him like he dig the red hot chili pepper. I dig him like he dig the red hot chili pepper. Dig him like he dig the. Hey. I Jam that R&B, that Warren G, that King of Pop, that misdemeanor, Boys to Men, that TLC, but he stay loyal to his ish. He dig me like he dig that blood sugar sex magic. We drive him around and we singing loud loud. He's shifting gears and he's singing proud loud. I don't like it, I love it. He dig me like he dig that blood sugar sex magic. Oh, he dig me like he dig that blood sugar sex magic. Hey, he dig me like he dig the red hot chili pepper. I dig him like he dig the red hot chili pepper. Oh, 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 he dig him like he dig the red hot chili peppers. Call you Superman, 'cause Superman implies that you're a kryptonite. And when you press your heart to mine with dynamite, digs deep into the earth, blows high into the skies. Yes, we're dynamite. Sweetheart, don't blow your cover. Glasses don't hide the smiles. I see right through your pathetic disguise. So suppose you are, they say you are. Say you are. So suppose you are, they say you are. Say you are. So suppose you are, they say you are. Say you are. So suppose you are, they say you are. Maybe that's why they call me Wonder Girl, 'cause wondering is all I seem to do now. But now you're here, I do not feel the simple life. The picket fence, the innocence, your trophy wife. It's that simple life. Who knows what we'll discover? Who knows what love will find? Take me away, let's shoot across the sky. So suppose you are, they say you are. Say you are. So suppose you are, they say you are. Say you are. Say you are. Yeah, 'cause we're traveling through the air just like a javelin. Find one first class grabbing it, and now he's tagged in it, and now he's getting invites, but he's flagging it because I like to dance to the hip hop drop, and I like to scat to the beat bop bop. So forget your money, you can buckle me up, 'cause I want to feed our loca. Take everything away, all I want is you. Take the clothes on my back while I kick up my shoes. When I say go, do whatever it do. He counting down from 3, he jumped the gun at the 2, 'cause Superman don't wait on no one. Nobody waits on him. I think that's super duper. I'm super duper in. Let's begin. Now you can ask the audience to phone a friend. Now you don't need the million, but let's pretend. Come on, lock it in. Tell me, are you him? 'Cause so suppose you are, they say you are. Say you are. So suppose you are, they say you are. Say you are. So suppose you are, they say you are. Say you are. So suppose you are, say you are. Mud and stardust, I'm made of love and wanderlust. 2 eyes, 2 hands, 2 feet to fashion rest. I'm made of mud and stardust. is the wind, heartless is the cold. Merciless, merciless, give me something I can hold. When plenty of the dogs that cloud in my mind, countless are the chalices of lilac wine. Cruel is the taste, so bitter to the tongue. Merciless, merciless, time is wasted on the young and what I am, and am I made of you? Keener is the heart that waits and aches, freer is the spirit that accepts its fate. Fearless is the wind, refreshing is the cold. Passion, compassion, I hear is something you can hold. When plenty of the doubts and cloudy mind, dare to look out yonder past the distant sky. Sweeter is the taste that flitters on the tongue. Passion, compassion, this time is gifted to the young and what I am, am I made of you? I'm made of mud and stardust. I'm made of love and wonderlust. Two eyes, two hands, two faded fashion rust. I'm made of mud and stardust. What I am, and am I made of you? I'm made of mud and stardust.
What a gorgeous performance, Moana. Thank you so much for that. Thanks for having me. Oh, we're so lucky to have you here. Gosh, honestly, we were talking about it just in there. They're absolutely beautiful. Your voice is just stunning live.
Oh, thank you so much.
Absolutely amazing. So I wanted to chat, now just before we start, I want to say to all our lovely Girls Rock campers out there that you can text in your questions now. We are here asking questions with the wonderful Moana Ete, so take this opportunity. So tell us a little bit about how A Girl Named Mo came to be. I know the project started around 2013, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. But I've been writing music way before then. Since I was like 14, I played guitar, and in high school I would like make up little songs and perform them to my family. My mum's side of the family always putting on like little shows and things, and so I think. But even before that, I think. I was like obsessed with music and pop music in particular, and like sitting by the radio making my like little cassette. But it's always been there, and that want to like write my own music, I think, has always been in there. And so I think, officially not until 2013, I was like, SoundCloud was a thing.
Yes.
And just putting up songs and then sharing it on my Facebook. And then all my family and friends being like, great, make another. And that really motivated me to keep making. And I bought a computer in 2015, a Mac, which is this one right here. She's a working girl. And made beats on GarageBand. And so I think that transition from, I think A Girl Named Mo came about when I went from guitar and vocals, to like electronic GarageBand beats that I'm making in my bedroom. So I think that's where A Girl Named Mo started. But before that, I've always been writing and making. Yeah.
Beautiful. Gosh, it sounds like you've been creative from a very young age. How did you find transitioning from the, for lack of a better word, singer-songwriter guitar style to transitioning to a more electronic-based thing? Did you find mastering things like the technology and that kind of stuff accessible?
Yeah. In 2013, I also broke my ankle.
Oh my God. Big year.
I broke my ankle, and so it was like I was healing, And then that's when the computer started to, like, when GarageBand came about, and like downloading all sorts of apps. And so when you're in bed or when you have to be still, I just that's where I started to learn all of that. But I mean, again, obsessed with pop music, R&B, the electronic sound. And so it did a lot. I think like my vocals, like, the transition was easy. It made sense. You know, it wasn't like a huge leap. And it was a lot more freeing because I wasn't the best guitarist. I could just like pass, but it was nice then to not have to stress about that before a show. And with guitar sometimes like it's easy to hide behind that. And like I would hide it behind the guitar playing, but then I wasn't very good at guitar playing, so it was like it wasn't working out for me. We had to part ways.
That is so interesting. And I think that's a really interesting idea that you can hide behind your guitar.
Oh, yeah.
I do think that's kind of, if you aren't used to performing, that can be a really big crutch for some people. How did you find getting over that when performing live?
You charm your way through it. And so I would like talk in the middle of my sets and be like, oh yeah, that one went a bit wonky, sorry about that. Which a lot of people are like, oh, you know, it just made you really relatable. It's just like, oh, it's just not good enough. You just kind of try to fake it till you make it. But at the end of the day, when I'm home and when I'm making music, I'm focusing on the lyrics. I'm focusing on like telling the story and not like the guitar playing. I know people who can sit and play guitar and write and like just for hours and hours and hours. And I'm not that, but I do like to like live in the world of the song in a different sense. Yeah.
That's an interesting thought, living in the world of the song. And it actually relates quite well to a question we just had from one of the campers. Where does your inspiration come from?
I think it's very important to like engage with life and feel the feels, no matter how hard it is. And so everyday life, meaningful relationships, friendships, romantic relationships, platonic relationships, and honoring them all as like valuable in my life. I think the people that I keep close to me are very inspiring. Film, visual arts, theatre, reading. So I have to consume a lot too. So if so right now I'm writing new music, and so I have to like, I find that I have to like engage with art around me, and that my art is just another offering to the city, to like the landscape of New Zealand music. Yeah, so right now I'm just going to a lot of gigs and soaking it all up.
Beautiful. Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you to the camper who sent that question through.
Yeah.
I think that's a really interesting thought, and I think a lot of people do that. They consume media to create media.
Yeah.
You know, you get inspiration from other forms of media. That's so interesting. And I did want to talk about, because you're a woman of many talents, Moana. You just do so many amazing things. How do you find juggling the creative side, your many different creative sides, and making sure that they all get value and time?
Yeah. I think I take whatever opportunity is there for me in the moment, which does mean I have to do a bit of, like, logistically, have to do a bit of, like, shuffling, and that's not that fun. I think they all feed into each other in different ways, you just have to kind of dive headfirst into all of it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Take all the opportunities. You've heard it here first. That's beautiful.
Yeah, totally. I mean, there were questions around, like, you know, from my parents being like, so what is it? Is it acting, or is it writing, or is it like choose one? Because you don't want to like spread yourself in, which is fair, which is very like, that's exactly what parents should be saying. At the same time, you can also rebel against that, I think, and just, just try to do the best at all of them, and don't be afraid of it. I was talking about somebody about a film project, and there were questions about like the team that I was sort of pitching an idea. I'm pitching an idea to somebody, And the woman I was having the meeting with said to me, you know, if you're a guy, you'd be sitting down saying, I wrote it, I'm in it, and I want to direct it. You know? She was like, that's the first thing that would come out of their mouths. And she was like, I'm kind of just saying, like, if you have any inkling that you want to do it all, like, do it. Yeah.
Gosh, and that is such an interesting point, because it is all too often like females in creative industries do kind of have to sit back a bit or sort of not be a bit too loud with what they're trying to go for, or for I guess for lack of politeness, or I don't really know. How do you find balancing your femininity and your femaleness with your work and your creative processes?
I want to say I acknowledge that it's I don't know the answer to that.
It's a hard question.
Yeah.
Like, there isn't one right answer, I'd say.
Yeah. I guess it's like, I mean, the simplest way that I do that and assert myself is like, I've quit apologizing. So like, it's a really, so to be like, this is a no sorry zone, you know, because none of the guys are saying sorry. I'm like, oh, sorry about that. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh, what? Like, you know, like, I think that's an easy step, and really owning what I bring into the room.
That's amazing.
I'll keep thinking about that question too.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
Because I think we don't have a huge amount more time, but I did want to ask you before we go, if you could go back and talk to your younger self about creativity or about music and say one thing to yourself, what would it be? Sorry to bring all the hard questions.
I'd say to honor the story that you're trying to tell. So, and really place yourself, no matter what it is, whether it's acting or whether you're performing, like place yourself in the song and, and deliver it in a way that is truthful in that moment of the song. Yeah, to really not be afraid of transporting yourself to different places in performance. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I feel like my younger self would understand that.
Young Mo, if you're listening.
Yeah, I know.
Take note.
Sort it out.
Oh, that is absolutely beautiful. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Moana. We have been so lucky to have you here.
Hey.
Oh my gosh. And a huge thank you, of course, to the wonderful folks from Girls Rock Camp Pōneke, and to all the campers out there who are watching. I really hope that you've enjoyed this. Tune in tomorrow as well, because we will have another amazing performance. But until then, enjoy the rest of your camp day, because I know you guys have some mentor sessions after this. But otherwise, this is RadioActive.fm, and we've been here with a girl named Moana.
Hey, thanks.
Thank you so much for
Thanks
joining
for having
us.
me. It's been awesome.
So awesome. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wicked stuff on Active FM.
Now, with the aid of Pavlovian conditioning,